What does the future hold when the average short-term attention span is 8 seconds, with a sustained attention span of 20 minutes? At the same time, on a historical scale, the current rate of technological change is now 10 years every year, or 100 years between the years of 2010 and 2020. What can individuals and collective peoples retain mentally, culturally, spiritually at such a rapid pace of change? Futurist Ian Pearson notes that you may not remember how you thought about life 10 years ago, but it has changed. Change happens constantly before our eyes, but gradually, so we are sometimes not cognizant of the immense changes that take place in our lives and in our society. Electricity is now taken for granted in a way that a high-speed wireless signal will be taken for granted 10 years from now. People's handheld tech devices will communicate with each other independently of human control, creating network and access possibilities that we cannot now put into words. Futurist Jeffrey Cole says that every generation since the Greeks have felt that things have never changed so fast. This time, he acknowledges, it may be true. The internet is 40 years old, but based on use, it's technically 15 years old. Most users have been on for less than a decade. By 2020, the technological trend makers plan to have the entire world connected, including rural villages in remote parts of South America and Africa. Most futurists will tell you that the future is not about where we are going, but what we are creating now. This is a simple truth, but this is not the way we are currently wired to think. Most models of government, private enterprise, and religious worship reduce human beings to peons, waiting for leaders to tell us what to do, waiting for leaders to save us. Through this dependency, power is maintained. What you need to understand about a futurist is that you are one. Everything you do, every word you utter, every interaction, every action and inaction, you are creating the future. Not only your future, but the future of those around you. This is indigenous knowledge of the interconnectedness of life on this planet. This is what we have always known. That beyond linear time, we are intimately intertwined with cycles and spirals that are much greater than us, yet we shape them as well. You are a futurist. The question is whether or not you are conscious of the future you are creating. In reality, we are at the height of ignorance and disconnectedness, trapped in a vortex of manifest destiny. Many have forgotten that we have the power to manifest our own destinies. Never before have so many sheep walked the face of the earth. At the same time, never have so many people on this planet felt empowered to do something on a scale that conventional wisdom says is impossible. One part of this equation is that there are simply far more people on the planet. The Earth is currently trying to sustain about 7 billion people. For roughly 19 centuries prior to the mass extraction of oil in the late 1800s, the Earth's population hovered around 1 billion people. The other factor is that we are in the middle of one of the most dynamic and polarizing moments in human history. We will soon experience shifts as dynamic as the mass extinction event of the dinosaurs 65 million years ago. Whether or not we survive these cataclysmic shifts is dependent entirely on what you are doing now. Understand that, as Jeffrey Cole puts it, we have approximately 1 billion potential publishers online right now. 1 billion people connected to the World Wide Web, creating their own content, publishing it for the world to see. If you have a MySpace account or a Facebook account, if you blog, tweet, or YouTube, you are a publisher. The average teenager walking down the street using Twitter on her mobile phone is a publisher, publishing content in a way that Enlightenment thinkers of the 17th century never could have dreamed of. What does the future hold when you consider that most publishers, including most adults, utilize social networking technology to publish gossip, to intimidate people in their social networks, to talk meaningless shit, only to boost their egos? What are our futurists creating for us?